Hey guys, and welcome back to the I Have a Lifestyle YouTube channel. Many people have lost their lives during the COVID-19 pandemic, and the worldwide deaths have just reached over 4 million. In the UK specifically, at time of recording, we have just hit over 128,000 deaths. At time of recording, in England, we have reached over 113,000 deaths, compared to Scotland, who just have over 7.5 thousand deaths, compared to Wales, who have just over 5.5, and compare that to Northern Ireland, who just have over 2,000. However, a lot of people unfortunately lost their jobs, and unemployment in the country has never been so high. As the country went into lockdown officially on March 26th, people who were celebrating their birthday from this date onwards to June 1st had to celebrate indoors with the people they lived with if they did have someone to live with. During the height of the pandemic, a lot of people were put onto furlough if they were not able to work from home. The unemployment rate in 2019 was estimated to be 3.8%, compared to 2020 when the estimated rate went up to 4.12%. Over in America, in the state of Minneapolis, Minnesota, George Floyd was an innocent black man who was killed by state police officer Derek Chauvin. He was being arrested on suspicion of using a counterfeit $20 bill. George Floyd did not resist arrest. However, Officer Chauvin still put him down to the ground and knelt on his neck with his full body weight. George Floyd repeatedly told the officer he could not breathe. He was also polite to the officer as he was calling him officer till the bitter end. Yet Chauvin still did not move. There was also 3 other officers there with Chauvin and stood next to him and did nothing. This unfortunate event sparked outrage across the world as this situation was recorded and went viral on the internet. As this has happened many times in America, people went out in their thousands to show support in doing peaceful protests. This also sparked interest across the world and had a massive impact on the UK, as many people also went out in their thousands to protest the Black Lives Matter movement. Before the pandemic in July 2019 up until March 2020, only 10% of adults were showing reported symptoms of depression. However, by June 2020, it rose to 19% of UK adults reporting symptoms of depression. Anxiety in the UK has always been high amongst school children. However, when it comes to adults, the stats show that from January to June 2020, only 10% of adults were showing symptoms of anxiety, compared to December 2020, at the end of the pandemic, that 42% of adults were showing reported symptoms of anxiety. Children who were born during a pandemic are not used to seeing people, as they are used to being in their homes all day, every day. However, 18-month-old babies will now struggle to mix with others. Students are struggling going back to school as they are leaving their support bubble and being amongst strangers on the way to and back from school, as well as mixing with their friends whilst at school. This can cause some students to stress and worry about catching the virus and possibly passing it on to a family member back home who may be at high risk. This video has taught us many things. Although you may be a child and very young, and your brain may not fully be developed, you could still be going through mental health issues. The past 18 months have been very hard on the nation and for the world. For those who have lost family members and/or friends during these terrible COVID times and are struggling with how to cope with your unfortunate loss, you can go online and check out our partners over at SueRider. They offer online support and will be there whenever you feel like you need to talk to somebody, as many people find talking about bereavement and grief awkward. However, over at SueRider, they have specialist counsellors who you can speak with. If you are in this situation or know somebody going through a tough time, please check out their link in the description and use their services. The charity Shelter in 2019 estimated that 280,000 people were homeless in England, which means 1 in every 200 people find themselves homeless. The fact many people lost their jobs meant they could no longer afford housing, which meant many people became homeless. They were not able to visit either friends or family as the virus was spreading rapidly. However, in January 2021, 11,263 people remained in emergency accommodation, and 26,167 people have been moved into permanent accommodation throughout the scheme. The government has promised another 6,000 long-term homes will be made available for rough sleepers and therefore will be protected from the virus. If you would like to help someone in this position, you could donate to a local food bank such as the Salvation Army, as they are partners with us and help people in vulnerable situations such as being homeless. Many families were struggling to provide for their children during the lockdown. However, Marcus Rashford went out of his way to make it known to the government that stopping free school meals for people that were entitled to it was wrong. Due to his services, he became the youngest person ever to receive an MBE title at the age of 22 and now officially goes by the name Marcus Rashford MBE. Now, I hope everybody takes care of themselves, likes this video, shares the video, also subscribes and hits the notification bell so you will never miss an upload, and comment down below what was your highlight and worst moment of 2020, and I will be reading and replying to all of them. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.